We are the stars in God's movie, slaying every giant. Victory after victory, we are the sons of the promise. We have the word, we have the leader, we are the dreamers. We have the power, we have the mind, it's in our nature. Everything we do, we turn up. No other place but to the top. No option left but to rise up. Watch us, we take over. Caught of many colors are found by the prophet to the nations. This is the anthem of this is the Joseph generation, yeah.
How soon is the end? Part 3. Clue number 6. The 7 trumpets of Revelation.
The book of Revelation, chapters 8, 9, and 11, verses 15 to 19, give us very important clues to some events that will happen till the second coming of Jesus Christ. Those passages in the Bible tell about 7 angels who blow 7 trumpets, and each time a trumpet is blown, some things occur on the earth. The first trumpet was blown in 1914. So far, 5 trumpets have already sounded, with corresponding occurrences on the earth, but we shall deal with this topic in detail in a separate video. We are left with only the 6th and 7th trumpets to sound. The 7th trumpet is the second coming, and the 6th trumpet, which signals the River Euphrates War or the Third World War, is showing signs of sounding any time. If 5 trumpets have been blown since 1900, and only 1 trumpet remains to be blown before the second coming, that should show you how close we are to the return of the King.
Clue number 7. The 7 seals of Revelation.
Just like trumpets, Revelation 6 and 8 and Zechariah 6 verses 1 to 8 mention events that are supposed to happen before and at the second coming. In those verses, the Lamb, who is Jesus, opens 7 seals. 4 seals have so far been opened with corresponding signs on the earth. The 5th seal takes place in heaven, so it has no corresponding sign on the earth, but it could have already happened. The remaining seals, the last 2 seals, signal the rapture and the second coming.
Clue number 8. The Great Apostasy.
St. Paul in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3 mentions 2 events that are to happen before the second coming. These events are the rebellion, or the falling away, or the great apostasy. The second event is the revelation of the man of lawlessness. The man of lawlessness here refers to the Antichrist. The Antichrist will be revealed after the River Euphrates War at the signing of the 7-year peace agreement between Israel and Palestine. The rebellion, also referred to as the Great Apostasy or falling away, refers to the time when the true Christian doctrine was adulterated or watered down because it was mixed with other beliefs. This started during the time of Emperor Constantine, who ruled the Roman Empire from 306 to 337 AD. He believed combining paganism and Christianity would unite Rome, so pagan practices were repackaged and given Christian names. For example, Resurrection Sunday became Easter, a celebration of Ishtar, the goddess of fertility. The birth of Jesus Christ was celebrated on December 25th, the birthday of the sun god. Sunday, which was the worship day for the sun god, became the official day of worship for Christians. However, it's important to note at this point that it does not matter whether you decide to celebrate Jesus' birthday on 25th December or any day for that matter. It does not matter whether your worship day is a Sunday or Thursday or Tuesday. Like Jesus said in Mark 2:27,
The Sabbath was made to meet the needs of people, and not people to meet the requirements of the Sabbath.
What God requires from his worshippers is worship in spirit and in truth, no strict observance to any day. This adulteration has continued to this day, with Christianity being put on the same level as other religions and beliefs. Christianity is being sold as just one of the ways to God, and this is a direct contradiction to John 14:6, where Jesus said,
I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me.
However, as we saw earlier in Clue 5, this is the trick to finally create a one-world religion, which will be a religion that worships Lucifer or Satan.
Clue number 9, Nebuchadnezzar's dream.
In chapter 2 of the book of Daniel, King Nebuchadnezzar had such disturbing dreams that he couldn't sleep. In the dream, he saw a huge shining statue of a man. The head of the statue was made of gold. Its chest and arms were silver, its belly and thighs were bronze, its legs were iron, and its feet were a combination of iron and baked clay. As he watched, a rock was cut from a mountain, but not by human hands. It struck the feet of iron and clay, smashing them to bits. The whole statue was crushed into small pieces of iron, clay, bronze, silver, and gold. Then the wind blew them away without a trace. But the rock that knocked the statue down became a great mountain that covered the whole earth. That dream tells the whole story of the kingdoms of the earth, from Nebuchadnezzar to when Jesus will return and rule the earth. According to Daniel's interpretation, the head of gold was Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom, the Babylonian Empire. This empire lasted from 605 BC to 539 BC. The chest and arms of silver was the Mede and Persian Empire, which lasted from 539 BC to 331 BC. The belly and thighs of bronze was the Grecian Empire, which lasted from 331 BC to 168 BC. The legs of iron was the Roman Empire, which lasted from 331 BC to 1806 AD. The feet of iron and clay are 10 kingdoms that will unite, from which the Antichrist will arise. Whatever the last kingdom is, the point is we have progressed through all the kingdoms of the statue and are now living in the time of the 10 toes, or soon will be living in the time of the 10 toes. That is the last kingdom to ever wield power on earth before God sets his kingdom on the earth.
Clue number 10, the 7-day prophecy.
There is an interesting prophecy in Hosea 6:1-2. It says,
The Lord will revive Israel after 2 days, and on the 3rd day restore her and live with her forever.
This is a foretelling of the scattering and revival of Israel and the millennial reign of Christ. Hosea's 2 days standing for 2,000 years, and the 3rd day standing for the 1,000 millennial reign of Christ. We see Psalms 90 verse 4 and 2 Peter 3:8. Both say that one day with God is as 1,000 years. That is why when God told Adam that the day he eats the fruit he would die, we see that Adam's lifespan was reduced from forever to below 1 day. That is below 1,000 years. Adam died at 930 years. Remember what we said in the beginning. The earth was not created to last forever. It has an expiry date. According to Isaiah 51:6, the earth will wear out like a piece of clothing. Just like the Old Testament and the law are a shadow of the New Testament and grace. Just like many Old Testament stories foreshadow New Testament stories, the creation story is a summary and a foretelling of the story of the earth from creation till the end. God created the earth in 6 days and rested on the 7th. We have no idea how long Adam lived in Eden. It could have been millions and millions of years. When Adam left the garden is when the counting started. So, from the fall of man to Abraham, we have 2,000 years, which is 2 days. From Abraham to Jesus, we have another 2,000 years, which is 2 days. From Jesus to the second coming, 2,000 years, 2 days. Altogether, 6,000 years, or 6 days of creation. We are now left with the 7th day of rest, when Jesus Christ returns and rules for 1,000 years or one day. Currently, we are in the 6th day. Jesus is about to return.
We are the stars in God's movie, slaying every giant. Victory after victory, we are the sons of the promise. We have the word, we have the leader, we are the dreamers. We have the power, we have the mind, it's in our nature. Everything we do, we turn up. No other place but to the top. No option left but to rise up. What should we take over? Caught of many colors are found by the prophets to the nations. This is the end time. This is the Joseph generation. Yeah.